And LinkedIn, Dave Wilson of the Ring of Hire Show. Hey, listen, tonight I got a great show in the house here. I mean, we have the United States Army. We got the top 3 recruiters in Lebanon, PA area. How you doing, Sergeant? Welcome.
I'm doing good, sir. Thank you very much for having me, Mr. Dave.
And Sergeant Heath.
Doing good, sir. How about yourself?
All right, doing good. And Sergeant Hawkins, we got you down there, right?
I'm doing great, sir. I appreciate you having us.
All right, we're going to talk right. I'm going to play this video and then we're going to come back and we're going to deep dive right into it. I love that video. No matter how many times I hear it, it just makes you want to just stand up and you're ready to go at it. So tonight, everybody, I want to talk to you guys tonight about, I'd like to start out for the first thing. And before we start the show, if each of these could introduce yourself, Sergeant Welcome, how long you've been in the military, what you do, and we'll go Sergeant Heath and then Sergeant Hawkins.
Yes, sir. My name's Staff Sergeant Welcome. I've been in the Army for almost 10 years now. I'm from a very, very, very small town in Ohio called Beloit. Nothing but farmlands. My high school was surrounded by cornfields. Primarily, that's the reason why I joined the Army, was to get out of that area and just explore the world. I wanted to go and do and experience something completely different, and the Army gave me that opportunity. I spent my first 4 years stationed in Germany, where I always like to brag. Before I was 21 years old, I'd seen 17 different countries. My actual job is I'm called a 15 Papa, Aviation's Operations Specialist. So I deal with aircraft, talk directly to the pilots. It's a battle mission, so usually when the aircraft are flying on a mission, they double check with me every 30 minutes, and we continue to battle track them throughout their mission. And now I'm a recruiter, and I love doing what I do now.
And how many years have you been in?
Almost 10. I just technically finished my 9th.
All right, Sergeant Heath.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Sergeant Heath. I've been in for going on 14 years now. March makes 14. I did 6 years in the reserve and going on 8 active from a small town in North Carolina called Bullock. I'm pretty sure nobody's ever heard of that. I've held plenty of jobs in the Army. I've done construction, artillery, and now I'm short-range air defense system maintainer. So I work on the weapon systems, electronics, tracking systems for things that shoot down rockets, mortars, and planes.
Wow, that is outstanding. And now you've been a recruiter, right?
Yes, sir. Now I'm a recruiter. Been doing this for going on my 2nd year now. I mainly joined the Army, in order to get stability for me and my family. It was a good way to go it and good path.
That's outstanding. And Sergeant Hawkins.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love to talk about myself. I've been in the Army for, it'll be 12 years in January. Originally, I'm from Hagerstown, Frederick, Maryland area, not too far from Lebanon, ironically. I joined as a 92 Alpha, automated logistical supply specialist, stationed in Alaska, in Fort Wainwright, stationed in Fort Campbell. And after about 6 years, I got selected to be a recruiter. Ultimately ended up changing my job to recruiter full-time in 79 Romeo. We're getting ready to change again to 42 Tango.
Right.
And I decided I don't want to do anything else. This is where I need to be, sir.
I love it. My military background is the Army, of course. You can't tell, I'm sure. I love it because my brothers were all Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. My father dropped us off 2 months before graduation and said, "I'll wait." So we had no choice, and I got the Army. I spent 4 years, then 2 years at Fort Knox, and I spent the rest of the time at South Korea as tank commander. Then I stayed back in Fort Knox as a instructor in basic training. Once I graduated, they kept me there. The next day, I was just training just what I had left. So, that was back in 1984. I got out in 87. So a little bit while ago. And I made $487 a month my first month. That's what I was an E1.
Wow.
I look at that. So, but, thank you for your service. And I think it's great. But could you, Sergeant Welcome, if you could talk about the full-time Army and the Army Reserves and what is the difference?
Okay. Yeah. So full time Army, that's like your standard 9 to 5 job. Um, Both of them, you will go through basic combat training. You'll also go through AIT, job training. Um, However, as soon as you're done with job training for the active duty side, you go to your first duty station. Nowadays, that's actually an incentive in certain jobs to pick where you go. Granted, it's based off of Army need at the time and where
Right,
they have for the installations, but you get the choice and kind of a say as to where you want to go. As far as for the reserves, what you'll tend to do is you'll go to job training, then you come back to the state that you joined out of or that your reserve unit's going to be based out of. And then
right,
from there, it's a 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks out of your summer thing. You still get you still get the healthcare benefits like we do in the active duty side. Some things are a little different. Pay is a big difference. I mean, active duty, you're
yeah.
getting paid for the full time. Reserves, you're going to get paid for the days you work, but the benefits are virtually the exact same.
That's what's outstanding on there. Sergeant Heath, when in your office, and I know you're in Lebanon, do you have a lot of people coming in asking those type of questions, like a choice between full time, the reserves? Are they coming in? They don't know much. Do their parents bring the child in at 17 or 18?
So typically, when we make initial contact with somebody, we bring up the reserve and the active Army side because a lot of people aren't fully aware of.
Okay,
Uh-oh. Can I can I pick off where he was going? Or I think
there
he's
he
left.
is. Let's see.
There he
There they
is.
are. Let me see. We're gonna. Sometimes you have difficulty, technical. There
Yes,
we go.
sir.
Can't hear you now.
So as I was saying, Sergeant Hawkins, do they
Yeah.
come in and I mean their first experience with you,
Yeah.
coming in, and that must be something having someone that young, 17, 18 years old.
Yeah. No,
We
it's
can't
the
hear you.
best. It's the best part. Um, you guys good?
1 second. Let's go out of that.